I had a discussion with someone this week. It was interesting. It was one of those kind of conversations where you tend to reflect and do a little soul searching. We were talking about addiction, talking about loved ones who are struggling with choices that they've made, and also the thought that addiction is merely just something that is unavoidable. It's genetic, can't be avoided. Um, and as part of the discussion, one of the things that we all realize is that if one person of a family has a particular predisposition that was part of their parents or grandparents, then why doesn't all of the family? In other words, why don't we all fall into that same category? Now, I'm sure that you have knowledge, or you've run into, or perhaps you have family members. I know parts of my family back east that the whole family has struggled with addiction. Uh, and you could say, well, that was something that was passed on to them by virtue of their parents or one of their parents, whatever. And I'm not going to argue that. I also know of families where one or two, one may be and the other chooses not to be. Is it a choice? If addiction is merely something that is presupposed, there really isn't much of a choice in it. And therefore, all of the people that are on the streets around this building that we have as a ministry, it's a hopeless situation if there is no choice. So really what we can say, I think biblically, is fair, is that we all choose our addictions. They don't really choose us. We choose. Now you can say, well, once I got a taste of this, I agree. Once you justified one decision, the next one was much easier to make. And over time, it became a habitude. It became part of your attitude and your actions. It was ingrained in you. I don't deny that. We as human beings can do this. This is why when Paul speaks of the house of Stephanas in 1 Corinthians 16, the King James Version has the translation that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints. The word actually speaks of the fact that they've placed themselves in that position. I would say that addiction isn't a bad definition for that verb there, because they have chosen that this is going to be what satisfies and fulfills them. This is where their life will be. We all have to make that choice, every person listening to my voice. And our enemy loves to make everyone else responsible for what I do, wants me to do the same. I believe that's one of the great tactics of our enemy, especially in the culture that we live in today. It's everyone else's responsibility. It's what everyone else has done. Now, by the way, that ding was my phone, which is not supposed to do that, but I am technically challenged. So we can live our life being the fruit of someone else's decisions, bearing the shame and and whether we want to or not, the responsibility of our own actions with regard to that, or we can be set free. We have a choice. Jesus said, I come and you'll know the truth that I give you, and it will set you free, and you'll be free, truly free. In John 8:31 and on. That's the freedom that we have. It's the freedom that sets us apart. It's the freedom of knowing what we were, but realizing that it no longer has the same degree of power over us. That we're not bound to it anymore. That the life that's been given to us is new life. It's made new in Christ in 2 Corinthians 5:17. That we have this new relationship and a new ministry. No longer are we in the ministry of condemnation and death, just repeating everyone else's complaints and our own. We're talking about reconciliation to God now. We're talking about the one who knew no sin, who became sin for us. I don't know about you, but it might be a little harder at some points to identify with that. In other words, the world might not go along, but it sure is happier. Sure is happier. So don't worry. Be happy. That's a very poor rendition of a Jamaican song. Till next time, friends, God